UN Secretary General, Kofi Annan, who is being described in some newspapers as a man of peace. He and the United Nations want an international criminal court not to prosecute the communists, not the Chinese communists, but instead an international criminal court that could go after people like us. An international criminal court that could imprison Americans in foreign jails and put us on trial before judges from Communist China, Iraq, Libya, North Korea. This is the plan. And the charges against us could include genocide, war crimes, crimes against humanity, even the crime of aggression, whatever that may mean.
Certainly those who had prior knowledge about the World Trade Center attack would be guilty of murder if they did. But do you hear it on the major managed media? No, you hear a call for war. People are saying we've got to go out and get those bastards. We've got to level them. But there's no trial. There's no evidence. There's a conviction by the President of the United States, just like there was a conviction by the President of Germany, the Fuhrer of Germany, as it was under Adolf Hitler. So it shall be under George Bush.
But Kofi Annan criminal court. President Clinton is strongly pushing it.
What this bill does is it sets the concept of due process of law and liberty back about 1,000 years.
This would be an international tribunal composed mostly of judges from foreign countries, including any member in good standing of the UN, Iraq, North Korea, Libya, Iran. They could all supply judges for this. We will be judged by these foreigners, including from terrorist and communist states.
When I talk to you a little bit more about what this bill really means, remember it's you or your neighbor or the person down the street that they're talking about treating in the manner that I'm describing, all right? Let's suppose that the lady in the front row in the black sweater is sitting at home one evening and there's a knock at the door and the INS comes and says, "We're going to arrest you as a terrorist agent representative of a terrorist organization." And she says, first of all, man. And she says, well, just a minute, let me get my purse, the key element for ladies of your ID, or the wallet if you're a man. And they say, no, ma'am, we don't have time for that. Off you go. She is then locked up in a detention facility. Her lawyer doesn't get a phone call. Unlike the Nazi bills, her family isn't notified. There is no bond. There is no hearing to release her. She sits there until the process is done. While she sits in this jail cell, a alien. Again, as I said, it could be a sovereign. It could even be a mistake if it turns out that they've transposed a name or are pretending that she's an alien, because after all, she doesn't have the ability to even get a hold of her handbag to prove that she's not. All this is going on while she's locked up, and perhaps her family has no idea where she is. They provide documents that they say, because of national security, in quotes, can't be released, and the judge signs an order, rubber stamp, okay, throw her out. The next she stays in jail. Guess how long? Forever. That's right, forever. All the government has to do at that point under this bill is to send her a notice every 6 months saying, sorry, Charlie, we haven't found a country acceptable to the State Department that will take you. This ranks as the most reprehensible piece of legislation I have ever seen. Now, the catch is that when the Nazis passed stuff like this, they conducted polls. To scare the politicians, to make them